ここがその廃墟か。
建設中に火災か。もったいない話だね。
お、いたな、歌丸。
ああ、孫妃か。
あ、なんかこわもての人ね。相当の使い手なのかしら。
待っていたぞ。
何が待ってたそうだ。呼び捨てにしやがって調子に乗るんじゃない。
ごめんなさい。なんか雰囲気に乗ってしまいまして。
What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kami from the Toku and Animation News Network, and it is that time again. What time, you ask? Time to review another Like a Dragon game. This time, Infinite Wealth. Well, 2023 had two Like a Dragon games. Those were side stories that may or may not have had any true effect on the series overall. Infinite Wealth, on the other hand, is the 8th entry into the mainline games.
よっしゃ行こうぜ。ナンバー足立さん、世間様を浜の英雄と騒がせた俺たちだ。こうなりゃ誰にも止めらんねえぞ。おうよ、おっしゃ。
I really love how they use the 8 as an infinity symbol. It's set a few years after Yakuza Like a Dragon and follows the exploits of Ichiban and his gang. Since the game's ending, Ichiban began working in a temp agency to help former Yakuza find jobs.
そういうおままごとはいいんだって春日さん。こっちは例の噂聞いてきてんだ。
例の噂とは？
あんたが俺みたいな元ヤクザモンに割のいい仕事回してるって話だよ。
Adachi opened a consulting firm to help businesses find holes in their security by hiring secret shoplifters. Now that's a job that sounds awesome.
あれだけ実は少し下に向いていたんです。だからあのカメラだけは店内を見渡せていなかった。レジを集中的に監視したかったからなのか、それとも単純に設置ミスか。何にせよそのおかげで店内に死角は生まれていたんです。
そうだったのか。
Nanba was hired back at a hospital while Seiko continued to run her cabaret club. Unfortunately, due to a not YouTuber making sly accusations towards Ichiban and his crew, many of them immediately lose their jobs without a care for the truth.
与えられたものが本物かどうかなんて大概の人にとっちゃ関係ねえ。ドワイトのやつが前にそんなことを言ってたな。
地味な真実より派手な嘘に人は飛びつくか。
This leads to Ichiban being given a request by a Yakuza family to go to Hawaii to visit his long-lost mother, granting us another new city to explore. Hawaii is absolutely gorgeous thanks to its lush scenery from beaches, palm trees, island locales, rainbows, and a grandiose mall. As much as I love the locations in the previous installments, I really hope RGG Studios makes use of this new city asset and sets several more games here. Maybe they can give us an Akiyama game that takes them to Hawaii? I'm sure Yagami wouldn't mind a nice vacation to Hawaii in the next Judgment title.
like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too wide and nerdy, I'm just too wide.
The setting really helps set this one apart from many of its predecessors, though I do find it hilarious how every Hawaiian resident is fluent in Japanese, even down to children. It is here in Hawaii where Ichiban meets up with Joru, no, Suzuki. Well, whatever, it's still the world's worst kept secret.
Kiryu Kazuma-san. Kiryu? 誰のことだ嘘が下手なのも噂通りだ
He also befriends a taxi driver and an heiress on his adventure. A taxi driver that puts a gun to his head, and an heiress that leaves him naked on the beach, that is. Only Ichiban. Only Ichiban.
Oh my god! A stringer!
なんだよどうかしたか
Oh, surf's up, dude. Yeah, dude. Hang loose, bro.
俺がどうかしたのか はどうなってんだこりゃ
Together, along with his buddies from the previous game, they take on a grand conspiracy that stretches across Hawaii and Japan, splitting the team up halfway through. This gives Kiryu a fun moment where he starts to see enemies transform in the same manner Ichiban does.
やってやるぜ
楽しませてもらうよ。
なんだこれは。
どうしました桐生さん具合悪いっすか
いやそうじゃないなんだ何が見えてるそういえば春日が似たようなことを言っていた敵がモンスターに見えるだったか
あそれ一番が言ってたやつ
よくわからんが来るぞ。気をつけろ。
As with Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is a turn-based RPG, though you can actually move your characters around in a tiny boundary that allows you to increase the damage you provide on an enemy if you are in close proximity to them.
腰抜け野郎
俺の番だ
よしよし
The job system returns with some repeat jobs on top of some new ones. My new favorites include Samurai, Pyromancer, Kunoichi, Gunslinger, and Geodancer, while I found Maid and Linebacker to be pretty lackluster. The Maid had a money sucker attack, but it really wasn't worth the effort.
ほら来いよ
キューイ
On the other hand, the aforementioned 5 all had attacks that allowed me to hit multiple enemies at one time, shortening their number of turns to damage me.
調子がいいぞ。私脇が甘いな。これはどうだ。ほら。
You think I'm stupid? Screw you!
相手してあげる。
どうした
行くぜ派手に行こうや ほら来いよ
黙らせてやる
Geodancer also had some pretty solid healing abilities. Specialty attacks returned.
Shit!
Yeah! Say! Kakare! Ikken落着。終わりだ。相手が悪かったね。
Tag team attacks did too.
OK!
ゴッドシテッド
怪我するぜ
踊ってくださる？
喜んで
And who can forget about the summons, aka Pound Mates?
本日はご来店いただき誠にありがとうございます。ご指名いただきまして我々の王子
ご指名ありがとう。君の瞳に乾杯。
ゆうやです。お近づきの印。
綺麗な顔ですね。
おい、俺を見ろよ。
今夜はずっと一緒ですよ。
お前は俺のものだ。それではとどめの3、2、1。
またのご来店をお待ちしています。
公務執行妨害でしょっぴいたる。覚悟しや。やるや。このアホンダラが。
お掃除マンフルパワーボード起動。
フルパワーモード起動。サイクロンスピード渋滞開始。3、2、1。
うっちー充電切れちゃった。
The spell can't be happening.
え
やっぱり飛ばん方が良かったかな。
Infinite Wealth is a huge game. So huge that it took me 120 hours to fully platinum. Gone is the Sega Arcade, instead replaced with something called Giggle Arcade. I mean, it's essentially the same thing, but the name change was off-putting. Arcade games included Virtual Fighter, some beat-em-up game that was way too slow-moving for my taste, and a fishing game.
It's coming here.
The selection was as lackluster as the name change, but I will give them credit for having a few new games in there. You also know what to expect from the gambling game side, along with favorites like baseball, golf, darts, and karaoke.
キムチよりも赤い血の赤たるみきった腹肉うまいぜ闇がでも絶望するくらい暗く深い鍋底
The can collecting game also made its way back, as did the vocational school.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congrats,
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Nice one!
New mini-games included a Crazy Taxi-like game where you're on a bicycle making food deliveries while performing stunts called Crazy Delivery.
Crazy! Great delivery! Delivery 完了 Yahoo! Good delivery! ありがとうよ
There's one where you ride a tour bus and take pictures of perverse luchadores.
いい絵が撮れたな。いい感じだな。もっと狙わねえと。いい感じだな。
And a dating app with some hilarious results.
デートに行きませんか？よっしゃー！どんな子か楽しみだな。どちら様ですか？
What would a Yakuza Like a Dragon game be without its sub-stories, though? There are a couple of stinkers, but the vast majority of them are fun.
ショベル？
なんでこんなところにナマコが！やべえ、よりにもよって電気ナマズがショベルカーのバッテリー入れるところに。ラムちゃん、電撃はやめてくれ。くそ、間に合わなかったか。
There's a trio of ones where Ichiban takes up the job of being a lifeguard. One where you become a server for a new restaurant, helping a coffee shop owner, helping a little boy sell lemonade to buy his teacher a present. There's a mission with an old man wanting to show his dying wife Snow. A boy band trying to film a music video in the middle of a storm. Participating in an escape game in a mall. Another glorious story revolving a UFO. The romance sub-stories return with another hilarious ending that would have Geralt squealing.
忘れられないアクティビティしましょうか。アロハッピーご案内を。
よし。
私今度はもっとうまくやるからさ。着てる服脱いで。次はインパクトドライバーで行ってみよう。
私の心をもてあそんで規約違反だ。許しちゃおけないね。
悪い人にはお仕置きですね。拷問検定1級の実力お見せしましょう。
娘を泣かせろ。許さない。
Alternatively, the best sub-stories in the game revolve around two movie directors. One who wants all practical effects, even at the detriment of his actor's safety.
飛ぶの命綱なしで大丈夫だ。ちゃんとビルの下に羽毛布団を敷いてあるから。羽毛布団じゃ死ぬっつうの。そこをなんとか極限までリアリズムを追求したいんだ。頼む。いや、そのもう撮影は勘弁してくれ。あ、待ってくれ、春日さん。
And one who is notable for only using CGI in his movies but wants to do practical effects for his next outing. These two can result into some hilarity. And finally, the most worthless one of all, which is also the first one. You rescue a lady who is the host of a radio talk show, but the show is in Japanese with no subtitles, making this mission pointless. It's not even dubbed in English for the English version of the game.
はい、今夜も放送が始まりました。うないさんよろしくお願いします。
田村さんよろしくお願いします。
今日ね、私
What the fuck? The biggest time suckers will be the totally not Pokemon story and the most definitely not Animal Crossing one. In the last game, every villain you fought was a Sujimon and added to the index. This time around, you have a full-blown Sujimon tournament and battles to partake in. One way to gain Sujimon is by beating a group of enemies and then offering a present to a Sujimon that sticks around.
いかがでしょう。どういう悩むね。ダメか。信じてやろうじゃないか。
Another is by buying them in a gacha-styled game where you can either trade in tickets or money to get a bunch. If you are going after a specific Sujuman, I recommend saving your game, using your tickets, and if you don't get what you want, reload the save and try again. Repeat until you get something you truly want. You are allowed to have a total of 6 Sujuman in your party, with only 3 of them active at all times. The more you use them, the more you will level them up and form bonds with them. Honestly, don't put too much effort into it, as there are ways to level them up without going to the extremes. Find a team that works for you, and participate in the tournaments and sub-stories to unlock level caps and the like.
両チームとてつもない気迫です。強烈な一撃が。おっと。 I found myself having an easier time with a lot of light and dark monsters on my team, as most enemies will utilize the Fire, Water, Earth Sujimon, making it easier to dominate most opponents. At least, until you can unlock the Kiwami monsters, which are going to be your ultimate champions. My first unlock was the Dark One from doing the random gacha game, and I won almost every battle on the first try with him on my starting trio. Unfortunately, you will need to tackle at least the 4 Kings storyline if you want to be able to complete every sub-story the game has to offer. As for the most definitely not Animal Crossing game, well, Ichiban finds himself waking up on a strange island of garbage. This island, known as Dondoku Island, used to be a successful resort until a band of pirates made it their personal dumpster. Now it's a trash heap, which naturally means Ichiban is going to have to clean it up and return it to its 5-star status of yesteryear. I am not a fan of Animal Crossing, but like the farming simulator in Ishin, the game told me I would be, and it was a lot of fun. I can't say it was the most thrilling side game in a Yakuza adventure, and you really don't make as much money from it as you would expect, but it was still a good time. Plus, completing it gives you a badass satellite laser cannon to use on enemies, and there is nothing more fun than comboing a Pound Mate's attack, the satellite from Ichiban, and Kiryu's Dragon of Dojima skill for maximum damage. Many enemies never saw their first turn. Anyway, the first step you have to do is clean up the island from trash, open up areas to place items that you build, collect materials to build items, and so on. Eventually, you can start inviting people to your resort, produce a commercial to promote the island, Those mascots look awfully familiar. Where have I seen them before?
何か
うちの人に危ない真似させないでください。
は？おいお前。
あなたは黙ってて。
And unlock additional sub-stories related to things happening around the island. And when you are bored of all that, you can hitch a ride with a dolphin to go back to the mainland. I had fun with it even if the whole thing is rather pointless in the long run. Late in the game, Kiryu gets his own set of side quests that feature the return of characters from past games.
皆さんの今後のご多幸を祈って。
One, two, three, for shine!
It really feels like this might actually be Kiryu's last game, for real this time. I I love Kiryu and all, but come on. He's had so many games now to him when there are other characters you can focus on, like Akiyama. Unfortunately, for all of the amazing achievements this game accomplishes, its story is where it falters. It just isn't as interesting as Like a Dragon was. The big bads are obvious right from the start. There seems to be some disconnect with how the events of the man who erased his name correlate with this one, and some lacking boss fights. Still, goddamn, was it badass fighting enemies on a boat while sharks try to eat you.
You look and run.
And then there was this giant squid. Not to mention, Amon returns to lead the big Japanese dungeon while a Sentai team awaits you on the Hawaiian side of things. The soundtrack continues to rock with some amazing new tracks.
トラック運転手やってるんやわ。ほんで昨日ヒッチハイクの男を乗せつんたんやって。ほん時はそれが桐生一馬とは知らんかったんやけど、俺
出番が来たな。
それにタタラチャンネルは海老名たちとどういう関係？現役のヤクザを顔出しで出演させるなんてさ。桐生さんの映像なんて昨日
However, it is time to retire some older tracks that have been going on since at least Yakuza 0, which was 9 years ago. Can we please get some new sappy music to replace this track?
Hi.
All of our favorite voice actors return, including new ones such as Takahito Kiyasu, who was Zax in Gundam Wing.
それは口をパクパクするだけで通る話か。お前もうちにいた人間なら画を通してならどうするかくらい分かってんだろ。
And Toru Furuya, best known as Amuro Ray in Gundam and Tuxedo Mask in Sailor Moon.
清められるべきは清められます。何が清められるべきか、人々を導き、教えを諭すのは。
Finally, there are some hilarious conversations that occur when you're walking.
日曜の朝になんとなくテレビつけたら戦隊ものやっててさ、なんとなく見てたらこれ面白くてね、最後まで見ちまったよ。
わかるわかる。結構話凝ってるし、イケメン俳優多いしで、お店でも見てる子多いわ。
あれ、変身中に敵は攻撃しないのっていう人いるじゃん。
ああ、いるいる。
それは言わねえのがお約束ってやつだよな。
まあそれもあるかもしれないけど、そもそも戦ってる相手が急にピカピカ光って変形とか始めたらさ、絶対やばいし、俺が敵なら絶対近づきたくないよね。余計な刺激も与えずにしばらく様子見るよ。
うん、確かに言われてみればそうだな。あれ、そういうことだったのか。
なんか違う気もするけど、ちょっと納得してしまった。
and having a meal with your friends.
じゃあそれ見てたらもっと楽しめたかもな。せっかくだしその映画見てからまた来ようかな。
いいと思う。ストーリーもすごく面白いし。でもここでブルーハワイ飲む映画は3部作の最後なんだ。
え？じゃあ1と2も見ないといけないな。
あとそれだけじゃなくて実はスピンオフでドラマ版もあるの。そこでも大事なエピソードが入ってるから先に見た方がいいね。他にライバルキャラにスポットを当てた作品ともつながってるから 100% 楽しむならそれも抑えたいところ。時系列的にはそれが前だから気をつけて。それから
俺も次ここでブルーハワイ飲めんのはいつになるんだ？
Overall, this is going to be a hard game to top 2024 despite its flaws. There is a reason I put 120 hours into it, and I don't regret a single second. However, if you are new to the Yakuza Like a Dragon franchise, this is not the best one to start with. Everyone else, come enjoy the sun. Until next time, bye!